of Pretty Walks and Ugly Talks. Today we are here with my friend Ella. Ella and I met like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
At the VFW on the patio.
Yeah.
Before it was a big patio.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, randomly.
Back in the day.
Is that when you first moved here?
I moved here in like August of 2019.
Okay, so just like a year or two after then.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that makes sense. Anyways, so we recently got back in touch and had brunch and then did a random sauna day and did a little, what are those episodes called that you're filming? Or that podcast that you're filming in the saunas?
I don't remember, but it's on my YouTube channel. So Ella Bardo, I got a couple different podcasts going on that YouTube channel, but yeah, Ella Bardo YouTube, it is where it's at. We got Flux with Friends, Spicy Sauna,
there it is.
Something. It's where like we run our mouth spicy, kind of like the ugly talk stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So
you got a lot going on.
You're episode 1, actually.
Love that.
We love infrared saunas, and when you're like detoxing your body, you know what I mean, like
so good.
It just makes sense that stuff comes out your mouth.
I know. I need to go back. I said I was gonna join, and then I didn't join. I
have a membership. I keep driving by, like, when do I have time for you?
I know, that's the thing. It's like when you schedule it in with everything else.
I know.
So, people are probably wondering what exactly. I'm wondering because I know you do a lot of different things, but what exactly do you do? What are we talking about today?
So I do a lot of energy frequency healing. There's a lot of different things that you can do with frequencies that the normal human might not be aware of. So I created this program called like the Flux Red Body Sculpting. If you've ever wanted to just like lay down on a massage table and relax and have a machine work your body for you while you like play on your phone, or for me, like I do, work, edit videos, lots of editing and stuff. I created that. So 1 hour equals like 12 hours of working out. You could do like 30 minutes at 6 hours.
Why am I on the treadmill?
Yeah, exactly. I know. I don't know why people want to make things hard for themselves. I guess, sometimes people are gluttons for punishment, but
yeah, I think there's a mental part to it too. But I understand, like, if you can get it done that way, just lying down and getting work done too.
Yeah, I mean, like, most people lose like 3 to 5 inches instantly.
That's crazy.
And like then your body still is like processing toxins, so you'll still lose more of the next couple. Yeah. Wow. So it's amazing. And then we also have like the jade microcurrent, frequency specific microcurrent. So there's microcurrent, which is fantastic. I have some other like at-home toys that, people can use. And then there's frequency specific microcurrents. And oh my gosh.
All a different language.
I know. I could go into it for how I found the frequency specific healing. I was pre-med, then switched to biomedical engineering. And there's this book called The Brain That Changes Itself, right? And this lady had her whole like inner ear canal destroyed. Which that's what actually gives you balance. So she was like in a constant state of vertigo, and it was destroyed, gone, right? So they created this helmet that she could wear, and it helped her brain to rewire itself. And, she started off wearing it for a couple hours, and it would, allow her to gain her balance back for so many minutes. Definitely get the book, The Brain That Changes Itself. I've bought it. I've given it out so many times. It's amazing. And then eventually she could wear it for like 30 minutes and go for like 6 months at a time. And the brain just so then I'm like, oh my gosh, I became obsessed with that, right? So there's like specific frequencies, there's rife frequencies that are combined with this microcurrent. So there's the brain helmet, that would be specific frequencies, and then we've got microcurrent. Microcurrent is amazing because it increases ATP production by 500%, which is going to increase healing by 500%. What is ATP?
Yes.
So, right?
I'm like, sure.
I'm asking your questions for you.
No, I love it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. I'll sit back.
So ATP is adenosine triphosphate, and it's what our cells use as a cellular currency to make more cells, right? So about 20, this stuff starts to like slide down. It's not like making as much as it should. And then you've heard we have like new cells like every 7 years, right? So then 28, it's like, bow, ocean shelf. 35, bow, ocean shelf. 42, bow, ocean shelf. And the further we go, the further down that goes. And it's not like on your birthday.
That helps keep that.
So it increases it by 500%, right?
Okay.
So like the further you are away from, especially like 28's the real like first super dip, The more you can do to increase your ATP if you're healthy,
Okay.
you know what I mean, the better that's going to be. So regular microcurrent also increases collagen by 22%, elastin by 48%, and it also doubles the length of the elastin fibers. So elastin fibers, everybody hears collagen, collagen, collagen. I take collagen shots, I eat bone marrow, I do bone broth. We can't get enough of it. It's amazing. But what a lot of people don't talk about is elastin. Elastin's what actually gives like that quick snap back to the skin. And elastin fibers are like an old phone cord or like a curly hair, right? So like when you're young, they're like this, and then as you get older, these stretch out like an old phone cord. So this is increasing elastin production by 48%. So imagine we've got like 10 stretched out old phone cords, right? And every time we're using the microcurrent, I'm creating 4.8 brand new, like, curly phone cords. Oh my gosh, like, a lot of these kids, like, if there's kids watching it, none of them know what a phone cord is.
Well, they're not going to know half of what I talk about.
Okay, that's like,
they're watching
this is not for children. This is not for children.
It's not supposed to be.
Yeah, okay, good.
I need one thing in my life that's not about my kids.
Yes, I love it. I love it. So, yeah, and then they're double the length of the old ones. So those are going to curl right up with the old ones and bring it back bring it back.
That makes sense.
Yeah, microcurrent is going to do that. And then with the frequency specific, we add these together and we can help with things like inflammation, lymphatic drainage, scar tissue. I mean, it can do so much.
I know you mentioned cellulite at one point when we talked. Is that part of that too?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Well, we all know what that's like.
Yeah, both of them help with that. And it feels great. It feels like a mix between a workout and a massage. Have you ever done like a TENS unit before?
No.
So, sometimes if you go to a chiropractor,
running all the time.
Yeah. So a TENS unit's not going to like work you out like this, but sometimes if you've ever went to a chiropractor or physical therapist, it's because it's very umami of a feeling. You know what I mean? Like being electrocuted in like a nice way, right?
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, so if you've had like a TENS unit, which is rather common, like you can get them at CVS, that's really meant to like redirect nerve pain. You know what I mean? So it's just like, don't think about that hurting. You know what I mean?
Kind of like when your arm hurts and then your dad pinches your other arm. He's like,
yeah, exactly. Yeah,
okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, so if you're used to like a TENS unit, it kind of feels like that, but like much more intense. Now that would be like the millicurrent, so that would be like the flux machine. The microcurrent is actually what your nervous system works on. So what we're doing with the microcurrent is we're hacking into your nervous system like you would hack into a computer.
Okay.
And then we're sending it the signals we want to send, not whatever you thought you were doing, right?
Okay.
So the body sculpting or like a TENS unit, that would be millicurrent. Okay. So the first form of that is like, a very common one people would see would be like Rocky 3.
Okay.
With the Russian. Okay, so that's Russian current.
Okay.
And he's on the treadmill and he's got himself hooked up. Ab belts are like a type of Russian current.
Okay. Now I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. And ab belts are great. You know what I mean? Like there's one specific brand. I don't think we can talk about that one, or can we?
Okay. Probably just to be safe. I don't know.
Okay.
We can always edit it out.
Yeah. So the Slender Tone ab belt. That's this isn't like sponsored or anything, but that one I've had for
It can be.
It can be. You can sponsor both of us. Right? Dude, Slender Tone's the only one that works. Have you seen those like stickers that people put on there? Like, nah. But trust me, anytime I see any kind of electric healing toy, I'm buying it. I'm obsessed.
Okay. I haven't tried any of them, but that's on my list.
But the Slender Tone is cool. If you're on the treadmill, highly recommend wearing the Slender Tone at the same time.
Okay.
Because then you're getting core at the same time as running.
Right.
And a lot of times people don't realize if you're running, you gotta really stay, and you're trying to like lose weight, you wanna kind of stay away from like the red line zone, which if you're running to race, most people are in if you're just running, you just wanna make sure that your heart rate is
I just wanna
right.
not murder someone, so my brain needs to run.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Well, I would wear the ab belt if I ran, because what happens if you're like running and you're like, then you're probably in the red line zone because you're trying to get out of the red line zone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, a lot of times when you're in that, your organs are going to freak out and they're going to eat what is closest to your internal organs. So that a lot of times is muscle. So when I get people who are like, do the warrior dashes or triathlons, a lot of times they're super, super lean in all of their limbs. But when and it's crazy because it's like,
I talked about how I was losing my booty.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I need to get that back. So
So it's like run up some
going
stairs. Or just get flux. It's easy.
Yeah, I do that.
I have a lot of like runners, like I I haven't been gifted with loving the whole like runner's high thing, you know.
It's a weird thing. I wonder if it comes with age or
When did you start
life
running?
experiences. I think it's a lot of life experiences.
Okay.
Had a lot of stuff going on earlier this year, and I was just pissed. And I'm like, there's nowhere to put this other than to like Kanye West and my sneakers. Like I just have to get it out, or I'm gonna harm someone. Not really, but like I would contemplate it very much so. So that's where that started. But I mean, I love doing other stuff too. But
I always thought there's like fight, flight, freeze, whatever. I feel like I'm a fighter because I can't run. Like I was running through the airport.
That's exactly it.
Yeah, I cannot run at all. Like zombies are coming. I just gotta like take one of these guitars.
I just gotta be friends with them.
Yeah, no.
No, I had to put all of that anxiety and like just anger somewhere, and I was like, well, why would let me just do something that's good for me and get this out at the same time.
That's smart.
I mean, because there's other ways you can do it too. But
have you ever been to one of those smash rooms?
No, but I would love that. Have you been?
I have not.
Do we have one here?
I think we do. I think we have one over on like Binford or something.
I mean, it might be my kid's playroom too. I don't know.
But you can do like
things get smashed in there all the time.
Unsolicited smash room. You can go to actually like a pick apart. Like this is like a life hack. And you can go, like, you know what a pick apart is, no?
Pick apart?
Pick apart?
Pick apart, no.
Like pick a part for like cars.
Okay.
So it's like they take a bunch of like busted up cars and you can like go and you like pay a fee to get in there. And then you can like you have to take the parts off the car yourself.
Okay.
And then you have parts for your car. It's a poor people thing.
Oh.
So yeah.
No, I mean it's smart. Why, yeah. If you can do it yourself, why not?
Yeah, there's pick apart, pull apart. I mean, I think they're all over, but yeah. So you can go in there, you pay the fee, and you just buy a part, and it's much cheaper than going to a smash room, and then you can just smash stuff there. So I don't like to like smash like windshields that are like anything somebody can use. We don't want to take that opportunity away from. But there's lots of broken stuff in there. There's lots of cracked windshields you can smash, and just
interesting.
Take a part out with you and.
You know all the things that
I feel like it's it's the season for that.
Yeah. It's
almost the season not to do it, so it's been a while. I should definitely do that soon. You want to go smash some stuff at a pick apart?
Yes. Are you kidding? And then I want to go back to the sauna, and then I want to. That's okay. We go separate. We go all over.
All over. I love it.
All over. Okay, but let's get back to what you do because I want to make sure everyone knows. Because again, I'm trying to understand it because I feel like there's so many things.
I know. I get to sometimes I can get too technical about that kind of stuff. But what you would experience is you would come in.
Yeah, walk us through what that
so you would come in, you're gonna, sign your life away on this paper. I'm just kidding. And then, we're gonna do some pictures, we're gonna do some measurements, we're gonna talk about what you like to focus on. I'm an artist, all of my human art pieces, so I'm gonna tell you what I would like to focus on if it was me. And sometimes people can be hyper focused on something where I'm like, it's not even really that bad. Or something maybe somebody wants to be super thin in the waist and it's look, your waist is always good, but if you made that butt a little bigger, then you would have that
the balance.
The balance. Yeah. So I love building curves. I created a whole non-invasive breast enhancement treatment as well. It's tightening, which is awesome because a lot of moms you don't want to put plastic in your body. You don't want to take the risk of getting that breast implant illness or anything like that. And some moms they don't even want their boobs bigger, They just want them to
back
be
where they were.
Yeah. So we could just tighten that stuff up. And I'm always very mindful we want to be make the bottom of the boobs even and then the nipples even. So imagine it's music notes, right? Like that. Right? So sometimes there's a nipple going that way and that way when I'm looking straight at us. And then we want the bottom of the boobs matching up too.
Yeah.
So that's always my goal with the boobs. But we're in Indiana, so we got a lot of Jane Fondas too. It's whatever kind of body you want. Just because I like curves doesn't mean everybody does.
Right.
But this can get you there faster. And it's just so crazy to me that I see people they will work out for years. I mean, I've had my business for 11 years. And you really you've been watching me for this long.
Yeah.
And you really think another year is gonna help? It's been 11 years. I know some of you have been watching me that long. It's probably, this is going to be the last month, and you're going to get where I'm sure.
Yeah.
Or we could just get you there, so quick. It's just crazy.
It is crazy.
It's
and that's why
crazy.
I'm like, when I was prepping for this episode, I was like, okay, what do we want to focus on? What do we want to do? And I was like, I don't understand any of it. Not in a bad way, but
it's just weird, right?
I was not blessed to be scientifically smart. Like,
we all have our different blessings.
At all.
You know,
At
you're
all.
cute. That goes a long way.
Some days. Maybe on the outside.
Right.
Inside's a little iffy sometimes. But yeah, I was like, what? There's so many. That's why I reached out to him. I'm like, okay, what do we want to focus on and what are we going to question? Because I'm all over the board. Like, I got on the website and did all that research and we've talked and stuff. And I'm just like, what? I'm just going to let her talk because I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's just so much cool things that we can do so quickly. Like, the worst part about me is, like, I'm just too good to be true.
That's true.
It's like I'm unbelievable. They can't
But
be
the best
real.
part is that you know it, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, I'm honest about that.
Well,
People will be like, why haven't I tried this before? I'm like, I don't know. But aren't you glad you did today? You know? I've never had anybody not say, like, oh my gosh, I wish I would have done this sooner. I've been watching you forever. Why did I come sooner? Well, you're here now, so that's what matters, right?
I know a few people that have come to you and gotten some stuff done.
Oh, yeah.
And they loved it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why I haven't yet.
Everybody loves it. We'll have to do a flux with friends.
Yes, we will have to do that. Okay, so what's your most popular service? Is it the...
It depends on the time of year.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And it depends on the person. Like somebody, you know, a lot of times people will need both for the body. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So like the flux, that's like our little workout time machine. But then like a lot of times like the treble area, cellulite, if there's scar tissue, we do a lot of mommy makeovers. Okay. So we're gonna need the skin tightening with that. Where that's I'm literally sculpting you. So that's a lot of work for me.
Videos. That looks intense, like on your end, like
hard. Yeah. I mean, if I don't get massages every week, like, I mean, I literally had to take off, like, 10 days from sculpting recently and just get massages every day.
That doesn't sound terrible.
I know, but I learned I can either get them every week or I can get 10 in a row and have to take time off work, so.
Yeah,
that's like a necessity.
Yeah. Because you're working out your body, well.
I know, and I get, like, so excited because I'm an artist and I just forget. I was like, oh, man, it's been, like, 3 months since I got a massage. Just gotta book it. Yeah. I'm always grateful that I do. I love it. I can literally, like, be massaged for hours. Like.
Oh, I know.
I went to California once, and have you ever been to, like, the foot spas?
Yes.
Okay, so they had some there. This was many, many moons ago. I had an art show out there I was doing in, like, San Jose, San Francisco area. Mm-hmm. And they were, like, $20 an hour. I was like, what? And they would bring out the foot thing every time. $20. So I would get, like, 3 hours. And tip them all. And then one of my friends, she's a client friend of mine, she's a business owner too. Brilliant. Why don't I think about this? She just said this the other day when she was at the spa. Here I think they're like $45, whatever. That's the one that she went to.
Still not terrible, but.
Still not terrible, not $20, but she will get 3 people at the same time. Nice. She has one person here, one person here, one person here. And I was like,
yeah, that sounds draining.
Yeah, so I'm like, I need this special. I thought I have to show them another picture. What? Because I went in the first time and they didn't understand what I was saying. I was like, what?
A diagram.
What are the magic words? They know what you're talking about. I need this. What are you saying? And I was like, do you know her? What's she getting? Yes. I don't know, when people really want to communicate, like, it doesn't matter if you speak the same language. You can figure it out. It's so wild to me how that can be true. And sometimes it's easier to communicate with people who don't even speak the same language. When you speak English, some people are just like, I don't like you. I don't want to understand you. I know we're speaking the same language, but I don't care.
I could talk on that topic all day.
I'm just waiting to tell you why you're wrong. Like, Facebook's great for that. So entertaining.
Oh, gosh.
So entertaining.
I was just talking to someone the other day, and I was like, I can't even get on there because it's just so exhausting. I can't.
I love to troll.
Oh, I love to read it all, but I'm not gonna.
It's crazy, like, oh my gosh, like you see, I mean, for years you've been like, oh, people argue about anything on social media.
Truly.
Like, literally, like, I mean, I still have people going crazy in the comments right now about, I was like, hey, like, I don't understand, like, I thought hurricanes came from the ocean. Like, most of them,
I read that.
Right? People are going nuts. Like, the amount of hate. When I was just like, look, I'm not a meteorologist.
You're just asking a question.
Asking a question.
No, I mean, it's terrible.
I think that's like a 6-year degree, bro. Like, most hurricanes do come from the ocean. I was like, how often does this come? And people are just...
Well, and they're all wrong. They're wrong like 90% of the time, so...
I know. Exactly. Like,
Are you mad at me for asking? That's a legit question.
Like,
Oh, anyway,
people are fun.
that's a whole nother. I can't handle that area. I said if I didn't have this podcast to promote, I would not be on social media. It's draining.
Yeah, when you're a business owner, like, I mean, I didn't really expect to, like, have to
And you do.
be a full-time content creator and social
that in
media
itself is hard.
guru and software expertise. Like, that's like 90% of my job. It's very little is actually working on clients, I feel like.
Yeah.
To the point where I'm like, you know what, I'm just going to start, maybe we'll just lean into this content creation a little bit more.
I think that's what people don't get about stuff like projects is it's not just showing up and doing, like, this is the easiest part. It's
this is fun.
It's the behind the scenes stuff, the editing, the outfits, the learning all the software like we talked about. Like, I'm like, when the hell am I supposed to sit down and learn all this and then execute it? Like,
exactly, yeah.
How many hours are in your day? Because I don't have that many.
I know. People are like, what are you doing? I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
I'm sleeping or I'm editing. Don't call me.
Yeah, please don't call me. Yeah, don't ever call
Text,
me.
don't call.
Okay, so what,
how old are your babies?
They're 5.
Oh, so cute.
Yeah. No, we're entering this, I'm very much either an infant kind of person or a 5, 6, 7, 8. We can have a conversation, play Twister, play Uno, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
The whole, like, 3 and 4, where they're just like, what's the word someone used? Just this morning she used the word and I was like, oh yeah. And basically like little tiny drunk people.
Like what?
Like little drunk people.
I can see it.
There's a zero logic, zero listening, and I'm just like.
So when does that end?
Well, I don't think it ends because they're boys.
For life.
Sorry, Dylan. But yesterday I was leaving the house and I was just telling them about this. Anytime I leave the house, especially if it's for something like a deadline or like a time I have to be somewhere, I don't know what it triggers in them. I don't know if it's because I was a stay-at-home mom I still technically am, but they go to school for their whole life or what, but the whole world ends as I'm like grabbing the handle on the door.
They know.
Guys, why? Yesterday was over fruit snacks. I was like, we have this little Halloween countdown, and I was like, okay, let's get your treat, open it up. One of them had their Sonic fruit snacks, which we have to have these days.
Oh, Sonic's still a thing? Like the old, like,
it's
like
back.
the Sega?
Oh, it's back. Well, it's like Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't know.
That's from like Sega.
There's a new Sonic coming out in December.
Is it a cartoon? No, because the original Sonic was like Super Nintendo. It was like their competition.
Yeah.
Okay. You don't remember? You never played that game?
Yeah, I did, but I don't know like.
Now it's a cartoon. Or is it on? I don't play video games.
I don't either.
I'm sure it's a video game too.
I can't keep up.
It was a fun one.
Anyways, fruit snacks. There wasn't a diamond in one of their fruit snacks, whatever I can't remember the name of the tool or token that it is. So one of them was like, I don't have a whatever. And I'm like, they're fruit snacks. And my hand was on the door to leave. And so he throws them all down, like across the room, and runs to his bedroom and slams the door. And I was like, you gotta be fucking kidding me.
I'm gonna eat all your fruit snacks now.
Like, I gotta go. I don't have time for the diamond fruit snack. I don't. So his sweet brother was like, you can have mine.
Aww.
But that's why he does it, though, because he knows that the other one's going to be like, it's okay, you can have mine, because you're a psycho and nobody wants to deal with your shit.
That's
like,
wild with the twins thing. Like, I'm like...
They're so opposite. Like, nothing is the same. Nothing. Besides, they're blue eyes. They both got blue eyes. That's it.
Are they fraternal, or are they... Yeah?
Yep. Like, one's big into sports, the other one's more like robotics and building things.
Oh, fun.
It is fun, but I got to learn that whole robotics side of it. I'm like, I don't know how to...
Like a connect... What's that thing called?
Well, they love their magnetiles, and he's also big into Tobots, which is some kind of robotic... I don't know. They go from letters to...
Does it have a motor in it?
No, he moves them.
Oh, cute.
It is cute. It's really cute, but I don't know that world.
Do they do Legos?
They do it at their Gaba's house because Mommy doesn't do Legos. Oh my gosh, because I'm not trying to step on that.
Yeah, I would not
someone
either. I love playing auntie. Like, I would get my nephews or my godkids.
Oh yeah,
like,
get all the fun toys.
That's so
then
funny.
you're the winner in their eyes.
I know.
Parents are like,
It's so fun to be auntie. I'm not into like the infant ones though. I love to
boring
see
when you're the aunt to an infant. That's
it's
boring.
cute to see like mommy hold them or
Right.
somebody else hold them. But oh my gosh, like my first employee, when she first was getting like I was interviewing her. I was like, so where do you see yourself in like 1 year, 5 year, whatever? She was like, well, I really want to have a baby. I was like, listen. I'm a master manifester. Like, you gotta be like ready to really have a kid. If you're gonna say that in my presence,
you better watch out.
she was pregnant at like 6 months.
Nice.
I know. And then when she had him, yeah, forget about fertility treatment. Just come say you want to be pregnant around me in my general vicinity. It might work.
I'm not gonna say it now because I don't want that. I don't need that. Okay, I don't need that. We're done with that stage.
So she was like, she was so excited. She was so like proud, and she looked so cute holding it. But she was like, "Do you want to hold him?" And I'm like, "No."
I really feel like it is.
She was like, "What?" Because usually, like, that's like
Usually
such a
people
girl
can't wait.
thing. Like,
Yeah.
oh, let me hold it. I'm like, you just look real cute holding him.
You do you.
Once they start doing like 3, 4, they start to get a personality. They're malleable. We can work with it. And I'm like, I always get like the worst, like, I don't know, age appropriateness with children. Like, I just get toys that I think will be fun to play with them someday, and then I just send them to their parents, and I'm like, let me know when they're ready for it. It could be like years later, or like.
We actually I feel like we constantly, they're getting toys that they're somewhat age appropriate, but I have to help them play with it. And I'm like, what the hell? The point of toys is for you to play with them so I can do something else.
Right.
If I have to fix it every time you use it or put it back together, like, this is pointless. I'm spending my entire day putting your Nerf gun back together. That's part of what this is about. It's so weird for me and like the group and the age that I'm in and people that have kids, because I'm not the like, are you okay, Johnny? Like, it's okay, sweetie, try hard. I'm like, what the hell, man? Kick the ball.
Right.
What are you doing?
Toughen up.
I mean, not quite that far, because if someone else says that, if Brandon says that, I'm like, hey, be nice to him.
Be nice.
He's trying.
They're so sweet.
But you know, that weird balance where it's like they'll do something crazy and I'm like, honestly, what the fuck were you thinking? And he's like, you probably shouldn't. I'm like, they know they can't say it, and it's an honest question. What was he thinking?
Do they answer that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they're like, well, I thought that the Play-Doh wouldn't get into the crevice of the table. Oh. You did? You did? Because the last 6 times we did this, it did get into the crevice. So you thought the 7th time was going to be fine?
It's funny how people think like,
I just
like
talk
once
to them.
you're an adult, like that doesn't go away. I mean, I know plenty of adults, and I feel like I know some toddlers that are much more logical and easier to have a conversation with.
I feel like, I mean, don't get me wrong, like, I'm like, sweet dreams, I love you, how was your day? That kind of, like, gentleness, but no one's gonna talk to you like you're a 5-year-old when you're a CEO of a company.
No, yeah, exactly.
When you are scrubbing the CEO's floors, like, he's gonna be like, clean my floors.
You did such a good job.
Yeah. Oh, was your back hurt?
I do try to talk to people like that sometimes, because sometimes I can just be too, like, blunt, I guess. It's the autism, it's the tism.
So, okay. Like, I love that.
Yeah, so one of my friends, she was just like, when you talk, you're, having a conversation with somebody who's, like, not the, brightest, sharpest crayon, then just think of them as a puppy. Okay. And then it helps me not be annoyed with them.
See, I just don't talk to people that I have to... I don't talk to people like that. I have to talk to people like that. I'm like, you need special treatment. I'm not your girl. I'm not. I can't do it.
Now, it's different if somebody's like, coming in as like a client.
Well,
what I mean?
You have to be professional, obviously.
Well, I mean, and then people get in their underwear within like 5 minutes of knowing me. You know what I mean?
Nice
so that's
work.
different. I know. Quick like that. Spicy.
Doesn't take much.
Doesn't take much. Just fill out this paperwork and get into your underwear. Crack
it must be the paperwork that does
ready. It must, yeah.
Just turns them on.
It's a long paperwork. Very long.
Oh, I love it. Okay, so we
pause
went through.
Also, Sonic is alive and well.
Sonic is alive and well.
Yeah, he's got a movie coming out in like December. You were
Yeah,
right.
I told you. Trust me, we have a countdown.
You have a countdown to Sonic?
Yes.
Keanu Reeves is in the movie, to put a reference.
Oh my gosh, he's like my favorite.
We have a countdown because it's a preview, And so Wilder every day is like, is it December yet? I'm like,
That's so cute.
no, 3 more months. This started in September.
Oh God.
Uh-huh.
Oh wow.
And he's like, 3 more months. So like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
so cute.
Months, honey. Months. So weeks. I'm like, oh my God.
Beyond weeks.
Do they have teeth?
The kids?
Yeah.
They're 5.
I told you I don't have kids. I don't know. I grew up where I was like all of them. How does that work?
I mean, as of now, but they're like, could change anymore.
Like, did they start losing it? Do they know the tooth fairy yet?
They haven't lost any of it. We're on the cusp of that. So like they've already had these teeth for so long, and
So
now
how
they're
do you-
about to get new ones.
So how do you feel about the tooth fairy? Like I have just weird vibes about like teaching children that it's fine for ladies to like
Okay.
take their body parts like for money. Like it's just weird to me. I love fairies.
Oh my
I
God.
love the tooth fairy.
I'm loving this.
Do you know? How do you feel? What
I don't know how I feel about it. I do feel like there's that weird balance of like, are we just lying to our kids about stuff? But then it's like, that's also childhood. I don't
No,
know.
I feel like living in delusion
I mean,
is what's got me where I am today. So.
so
How many
Tooth fairy
times
it
telling
is.
me people are crazy? I'm
tooth
crazy.
fairy it is. We're doing it.
Crazy like a fox. Speaking of Fox and Sonics, so like, are your kids do they do the dress up for like the whole month of Halloween?
No.
Or are they in school, right?
They are in preschool. They just turned 5 in July, so we kept them another year back because I just thought,
I heard that gives them like a
Mature-wise.
competitive advantage in sports. That's pretty smart. I'm
Well,
not mad about it.
I just wanted them to, first of all, who needs to be in school earlier than you need to go? Like, it's another
There's only
year.
so many
Li-
days.
Oh, yeah. You get 18 summers, whatever. But you also get like 700,000 days. Like, it's fine. It's fine. But yeah, they'll start kindergarten next year. So,
So then they can play dress up every day if you're in pre-K, right?
we don't, but
Oh.
they could. I just thought,
I love dress up. They're boys though, right?
yeah, it's a little different.
So
Well,
what are they going to be for Halloween? Do they know?
Rory wants to be Wes from Action Pack, which, if you know that show, there's no costume, so we're gonna have to get creative on that. And as of yesterday, Wilder changed it to a not a Tobot, but what's the other Transformer.
Oh my gosh, I love Transformers. We made like the coolest one for my brother out of boxes when
So
like
I'm not
we were
creative
kids.
like that.
Oh my gosh, it was. Well, I don't remember if it was like a Transformer or like the Power Ranger. I think it was the Mega Morpho Pound. Like, you know what I'm talking about?
There's 700,000 Transformer things that I don't.
Does he want to be the car or the bot?
I don't know. I don't know.
It's a funny question.
I'm like, look on Amazon, honey. Which outfit is it? I don't know.
Oh, I love that. That makes it so easy.
Okay, speaking of school, tell me about your school. Because
Yeah.
that's another thing that I'm like, what goes on? Where is this? What
So like
happens?
more people just need this in their life. It's amazing, and I only have 2 hands, and I don't, I like to relax sometimes, right?
Uh-huh.
So, I created a school that kind of teaches people how to get these amazing results if you'd like to, avoid surgery, heal faster. I mean, like, who doesn't want that? And like, I know I have a spicy personality. Not everybody likes me, so
It's okay.
you can find somebody that you like. It's a massage therapist and esthetician.
So it's kind of like, and I'm sorry if this is degrading, but like beauty school. So like if you want to do hair, you go to beauty school.
Yeah, well, so this is somebody who would already be a professional. So
Okay.
this would be somebody who already has
It's
like
next-
an
it's next
aesthetics
level.
license, a
Okay.
massage license, a physical therapist, chiropractor, med spa,
Okay.
any of those things. This would be like a really cool toy to add to what they're already doing.
Okay.
And I have a lot of people that are like, oh, you should franchise it, franchises it. Like, I mean, that's just like so much work and ego. And like, we're in the beauty business. Okay, everybody wants to talk about themselves, not about somebody else. Like, so let me teach you how to be an amazing artist and deliver these results to your clients.
Yeah.
I mean, especially if you're doing like abrasive stuff, or like, if you're doing chemical peels, if you're doing microneedling, if you're doing any kind of lasering, if you are doing surgery, this accelerates healing by 500%. So like, and it's just like an easy add-on. Like, really don't even have to know like the awesome parts of the sculpting. I mean, obviously you can, charge a lot more money if you do.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because a lot of my results, they are much better looking than surgery.
Yeah.
I would like put them next to like a blind test.
And see, that would be actually really interesting to do.
And and like I win. I feel like
if you
most
can
of the
find
time.
people that are going to admit that they've done things.
Yeah, right?
I mean, I'll do it.
It's easier.
I have.
Yeah, it's easier in Miami, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
To like, because everybody's done something, you
Right.
know. I mean, we are like, Hamilton County, so.
Yeah.
But it's, but it's not,
It's not
Miami,
quite
right?
Miami.
So, so that's the other place I've had a spa too, is the
Okay.
Miami Design District. So we've had one of the fattest markets and one of the most sexy markets.
Yeah.
So, everywhere in between. We're used to working. I've got 43 people who've lost over 100 pounds. Obviously, there's a lot of skin tightening that goes along with that.
Right.
And everybody's on like the GLP-1s, the, semaglutide.
Oh, yes. Okay. That's what I thought it was, but I was like,
the Ozempic, the Mounjaro, any of those kind of things. And it's just, I'm telling you, there's something where, where it's shutting off your intestines, right?
Yeah.
Whatever meridian, there's something going on that's making people lose their butt, because I've been building butts for 11 years now.
Okay, well, that's not why I lost mine, I'll tell you that.
There's runner's butt, there's cycling butt, and some of the butts that I've worked on that are the strongest are the smallest, like too tight, like the cycling ones. And then I hook them up to the flux and like, bah, bah, bah. Like they're like gonna break the table,
So does it make your butt bigger?
We can, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, for those kind of situations, we want to like, kind of loosen up the skin, because a lot of times everything's so tight.
Yeah.
So that there's room to build the butt back into it. You know what I
Okay.
mean? So there's a lot we can do with like the, the toning and the tightening.
Interesting.
But it's really something that your clients want to do at the same time. Like if I have clients who are starting the skin tightening, they're starting the flux and all of that before or at the same time as they're losing. Like they don't have all of these side effects of the loose skin and the this and the butt, and I'm telling you that like an Ozempic butt is like it's its own shape.
It almost goes
like
inward.
Yeah, it's like the middle of the butt is like this, and then it's like real sad and like loose at the bottom.
Yes.
I mean there's it's its own unique butt. It's a very new thing,
It has its own title.
Yeah, and if you do the jade sculpting with that, it has a frequency that activates muscle. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I personally I gained a bunch of weight on purpose so I could grow my boobs and then shrink everything back. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I have some chiropractor clients that multiple. They're like just being nice. Oh, do you want some semaglutide? Ew. No. I have to do that all over again? Absolutely not. This was a lot of work, So, but yeah, whatever. If you're into that, you're into that.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. If that's.
But you got to be mindful that it is not great for your muscles and your bones density. So people are like, "Oh, I'm losing weight." Well, muscles and bones also have weight to them. So just be mindful of that. Especially if you're older. I mean, it's so sad. I've seen people like they have their parents and like now, they took semaglutide, they're over 70. Now they have to walk around with a colostomy bag for the rest of their life.
Oh.
Some like really horrific stuff, And I've got a lot of clients who, they lost a lot of weight. I still think it's better than weight loss surgery. People like legit die from that. But, just be mindful of like being able to change your habits while you're on it, and then like have an end date. Don't be on it forever.
That's my issue with it. Is I'm like, first of all, just put down the fork, and second of all, I've literally said that to people. And this is why I can't do the whole like, hi. I just can't do it.
Yeah.
But like, put down the fork and like go for a walk. Let's start there, and then if you're getting frustrated, you can't lose. Whatever. I could go on all day about that because I just think that there's never a quick fix. When you're putting something into your body as far as weight, like, that I know of anyway.
Yeah, and then there's other things like hormone issues. You know what I mean? Like I've got PCOS. Like I could legit get that for not just from some of my students, but I could get that for medical conditions and stuff.
Right, and that's different if you are curing something. But I think I'm also sensitive to it because Brandon is diabetic, and so whenever
he needs that.
Right, and then when they couldn't get it,
wow,
I was like. all of you.
Yeah, so
like,
were they doing that with so was he going to like the
he's
apothecary
type
or
1,
something?
so he was fine, but I knew that people couldn't get it.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you guys are assholes.
Yeah.
Like, so I guess that's where my like annoyance comes from on that. But to each their own. But when someone's actually sick and needs it, and you just want to shrink 2 pant sizes but can't put the fork down, like,
Yeah.
I don't.
And I'm all like, I mean, if you got 100 pounds to lose, like, bro, do it. Or, you know, even if you, but just be like, you know, you just got to be really mindful of not losing the muscle and stuff, because that is a lot harder to build back.
That's hard to get, yeah.
It's way harder to get back than it is to just lose the weight. And, like, who knows about the bones? You know what I mean? There's, like, you know, there are studies showing that it does mess with the bone density and stuff. As women, you know, we need to have all, like, the calcium and, you know, vitamin K2, all that kind of stuff, you know, to avoid osteoporosis and all of that, especially the more kids that you have, and if you've had them close together.
Stop saying
you had
it.
2 at the same time.
Stop saying it. No more.
Well, I want to be an auntie. I can feel myself like buying her.
We'll
like
put someone else in this room then. I'm leaving. I did my time. I'm still doing it.
2 in 1 though. That's nice.
Well, we had to do IVF to have them.
Oh, really?
We tried for years, and I'm talking like, I want to say 4 to 5 years, and like initially just started trying, and then once we got married, we tracked it like religiously for over a year, and then the doctor found out I had endometriosis, and then only one side was working. So basically, I was getting 6 months out of my body rather than 12.
Oh,
that
wow.
you would get out of a year for trying.
So does that, like, I mean, if when you're trying for like a purpose, is it still fun all the time?
No, it's terrible.
That sounds like
it's terrible. And you have to, like, there are times when it's like,
he's over here like, this lady, she's crazy.
I love it. There are times when it's like, hey, I know you have a meeting at noon, but like I'm supposed to be ovulating in 15 minutes, so it's brutal.
Quick.
It's brutal.
Get it in.
Yeah, and you're just laying there like, please. And he's like, I can't do it when you're like that. And I'm like, just do it. It's not that hard. And he's like, you're laying there like you are bored. And I'm like, I am bored. We've done it 5 times this week. Same position. Done.
So is it more fun now that like the goal is accomplished? Is it?
That's a whole nother story that you're getting into there.
It's a podcast for another day.
That's a phone call.
Okay.
Or maybe that's a sauna podcast.
That's a sauna podcast. So basic. Yeah, we have a lot of like couples. So we have couples who come and do the body sculpting together. It's so fun. Yeah, and I just learned fire cupping.
I saw that.
Oh my gosh, so I'm going to be doing like
come.
couples like fire cupping at the same time, and I do like the Reiki healing and the sound bowls, and you know.
It looks
I mean, you can check it out. I have lots of
amazing.
clients. The couples who have like Ella Bardo spa days, you know, have a much better spicy life. They're looking better, they're feeling better about themselves.
They're into each other.
You know, tacos and flux.
Tacos.
It's, you know, saves marriages, I'm telling you.
Okay, so where do people find you? How do they get in touch?
EllaBardo.com. So that's ELLA. B as in boy, A as in apple, R as in Roger, D as in dog, and O as in octagon.com. I am in Carmel, Indiana. And the school is actually like online, so we FaceTime with that.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so like I wanted people to be able to access that everywhere. It's really cool. So these jade machines are hand built in the West Indies, so they're built to order. So as soon as somebody puts their order in, I send them the school, so you get to be like all caught up on the training like before you even get this machine in your hands.
And how long does that take, like, to get the machine?
It depends. Like I say, like 2 to 4 weeks, but really I haven't had anybody. We always like to under promise and over deliver.
Correct.
So most people have gotten them in like 4 or 5 days.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean it's really awesome. I really created the program both like if I was like just getting it again for myself, because the school is very technical. There's a lot of like, you know, there's just so much information for it. So this is really just like, you know, I've had employees before. You have to pay to train the employees, right? So this is like, we made this program where you're going to learn everything in one day, and you're going to start doing discounted services tomorrow, you know? And then obviously as people get better, you know, you raise your price.
Right,
but, you know, really with the training, it includes the hair restoration, it includes the body sculpting, it includes the face sculpting, all of those. And then, we've got a basic program for if you just want to go or, you're on a budget.
Yeah.
And then we have like the more professional program where I go through like 48 different before and after pictures with you. We help you create marketing content, like we help you create videos, like all of that kind of stuff. And it's crazy because I've been a teacher for the Jade for like over 11 years now, but most of the people that I've taught, I just have my own style to it, to where you do get like better than surgical results.
Okay.
It's a little bit more aggressive, but it's absolutely incredible. So most of my students over the years have been people who had the Jade machine like longer than I've been alive,
And they just didn't.
And they just don't do it the same. Maybe they've been in a shelf, or maybe they've been in a I've got some acupuncturists.
Because they just didn't know how to do it.
Yeah, and like the doctor is really, they do a lot of mission trips and stuff, and they work with like, indigenous like medicine doctors and give them this machine if they can't get medications, you know what I mean, to help where they can. So they're trying to, when they are building it, they're like, how can we heal people as quick as possible, right? So I come from more of like an artistic perspective, you know what I mean? So the Jade way is like a 20-minute face, and you do see instant results in 20 minutes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, sometimes I have to stop myself. I'm like, let me get this thing out, let me get this thing out. Oh, next client's here. Okay, make another appointment. Can't see it all one day.
No, you can't.
But it's amazing. I mean, we can take 5, 6, even like 10 years off of somebody's face in like an hour, 90 minutes sometimes.
Wow.
It's incredible.
That is incredible.
I know, with no like surgeries, risk, complications. You don't have to wait 2 years to see what your results are going to look like. Like if one eyebrow's a little higher than the other, I'm just like, smash that.
And we're done.
Looking good.
I love it. Well, I feel like we could talk for another hour or two, but because there's just so much that you do, and
you're just so fun to talk to.
Thank you. Thank you. And hopefully listen to.
Yeah, that's good.
Thank you for being on.
Thank you for having
I'm
me.
glad that we
So fun.
reunited, and we're going to keep doing stuff together, so that's something that you guys can look forward to.
Yay.
Thank you for joining me for this episode of Pretty Walks and Ugly Talks, and we'll see you next time.
Bye.